Hey, welcome on in. It is Jordan with thebetlocker.com here to bring you another NFL props video for this Sunday slate coming up for NFL Week 8. And if you did watch my props video yesterday for Thursday props, we made that video too early because Aaron Jones got ruled in, got activated off of the IR, got ruled in, and stole all of the usage from Jordan Mason. So that sucked. But we did get the Justin Herbert under pass attempts. That was easy. I laddered that personally with Gadsden receiving yards. And who did I take on the Minnesota side? I took TJ Hawkinson. So we didn't cash that ticket because Carson Wentz, he started to target TJ Hawkinson towards the end and he kept throwing it in the dirt because he was injured. So that one hurt, but it is what it is. That's going to happen in the NFL. My point and why I bring it up, though, is because there's a lot of props that I like this Sunday, but I'm going to be waiting for later news just to make sure that some of the news that I want to break does happen, and then we could target them. So that's why you got to wait for that news too, but I also got to put out these videos. So sometimes, watch these videos and kind of wait if there is news in the realm to be targeting some of these plays. Having said that, I'm going to be waiting for that news, and I have a lot of props that I like for this Sunday. For this video, I don't need any news. I already know what I like to do regardless of anything that does come out. So the first one, we're going to be targeting passing yards, and we're going to go right to, look at all these quarterbacks. Oh, I can have my pick. Lamar Jackson might be back this week. That would be exciting if he is. But I'm going to go to the bottom of the barrel, and I'm going to be targeting a 1 CJ Stroud over 204.5 yards passing yards. 204.5. 204.5. Man, that sounds really weird to me all of a sudden. Over his passing yards. The reason being is San Fran in the last 3 games, they keep getting more and more hurt in the secondary, and they don't have their best pass rusher. So now CJ Stroud's or the Texans' offensive line is really bad. So he gets pressured a lot. He has a lot of panic throws. He doesn't have a lot of time in the pocket to get comfortable. And he's down Nico Collins. So now you can say, why the hell would you take the over on his passing yards? Well, I'll tell you. Niners have been pretty decimated in the secondary, and they have given up to Penix, 241 yards, Mayfield, 256, and Stafford before that, 389. That doesn't sound like a lot. That's just barely over this total, but they keep getting more and more hurt, and you can't continuously, eventually it's going to break where you can't keep making up for all these injuries. It's just really hard to do in the NFL. Now, also CJ Stroud, he does still have a couple weapons in Dalton Schultz. And if you knew when I made my Mondays props videos and we cashed that Jalen Noel ticket, he has Jalen Noel as well. So the reason why I like this is because I really like yards after the catch. Jalen Noel is freaking fast, and Dalton Schultz is really good with the after the catch as well. But also, they started to finally target Woody Marks in the passing game. So if you take out Stroud and you put Marks more in the passing game, you put some fast receivers and Dalton Schultz, who's really good at yards after catch, I believe that he can get to this number pretty easily against this banged up Niners defense. So I really like the over there in the 204.5. Man, that sounds weird every time I say it. Passing yards. So lock that in. There's 2 other ones that I want to target for this video. And like we say, go right back to the well. You know me. I love going back to the well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, guess what? It broke last week. It didn't happen because the Giants got to some weird spacing and there wasn't really shadowing going on because they didn't have a number 1 receiver. And so, but I believe I'm going right back to a lockdown corner that does lock down the number 1 receivers, and he's done it every single game this year besides 2. So I don't mind going right back to it. So we're going to go receiving yards. And we're going to go CD Lamb, 74.5 receiving yards. Now, I like the less because I believe Pat Surtain is going to lock him down. Now, let me explain this. I'm going to ladder this with George Pickens over receiving yards. So, theory behind this, Pat Surtain locks down the number one, and when he does, the second best receiver usually eats. And George Pickens is in an eat spot. Now, I will preface and maybe I do not know for certain that if Pat Surtain is going to be shadowing Lamb or if he's going to be shadowing Pickens. On paper, he should be shadowing Lamb. That is a no-brainer. Now, if he's shadowing Lamb and then Pickens is torching them, do they switch him off? But then you leave Lamb open. So I don't know. My true on paper studying Sims, looking at everything, I believe he's going to be locking down Lamb. He's going to be shadowing Lamb the entire game. And then that will leave George Pickens as the outlet for Dak Prescott. And that's nothing to sniff about. So like you can't really leave Pickens open either. So he has that big, huge upside in deep throws. And like I said, if they're shutting down Lamb, he still could have 5-6 catches, but for a lot of low yardage. So I'm going to be laddering that, go to the under, and then go to the over, and then also pair that with CJ Stroud. That's my discipline play of the week. I usually stick to 2 to 3. I do have an NBA props video posted today, so go ahead and check that out. I kind of beat on that a little bit to where, look how easy it is to be like, hey, for just one pick more, it's going to take your multiplier up, and then it just keeps going. Just one more. You can surely guess one more. Well, profitability-wise, if you just do 2 to 3 teamers, try to do just 2, then you're going to profit more over time for certain. So that is going to be the free play. Like I said, I have so many NFL props that I love this weekend. I want late breaking news to happen though. And also DFS is going to be a little tough. And you're probably wondering, sometimes I make those thumbnails when you click into the YouTube video, like, you didn't even talk about those guys. I might like them for DFS. I don't know. We'll see. You're going to have to go to thebetlocker.com right here and get my cheat sheet. That's going to be out tomorrow, and I am going to nail down the less than 10% owned guys. That's going to be crucial this week because there's going to be chalk guys again, especially in the quarterback and the running back realm. And always nail those top stacks. Always nail those Hail Mary stacks. You can go and check out my recap videos for proof of that. Always nailing those stacks. This week is going to be a potential different type of stack build. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to want to get the cheat sheet to know what I'm meaning by that. So if you haven't seen this, obviously you get everything at thebetlocker.com, all of our locker picks, DFS cheat sheets for NFL and PGA, prop bets, which have been crushing for NBA and NFL already, and then all daily picks every day, and then access to our Discord channel. Our Discord channel, we went guy in there in NBA. He hit 2 3-team parlays for NBA, and then we went 4-0 in NBA the other night as well. So NBA is already crushing in the DFS, which is awesome to see. And it's crushing in the Discord channel. So you get access to that when you do become a member. And all this for the dirt cheap price of $6.99 a week or $19.99 a month. Wanted to make it as cheap as possible so that we can all just win together and you get access to not only me, but our college experts as well. So that's it, guys. Let's cash those tickets. Go, like I said, check out my NBA props video for today, and then you'll see another one tomorrow and every day on after that. And if you don't, I will post on TikTok every single day. I know that's not very popular for everyone, but I do post on TikTok every day as well, those free props. So please like and subscribe. Buy yourself some good karma on your way out, and we will see you next time. See you guys. Hey, welcome.